Yes, welcome once again to another new video. This is Santu Sahu and you are watching Sahu's tutorial. I think I'm live now. Yeah, yes, everything is okay. So this is Santu Sahu and you are watching Sahu's tutorial. And in this YouTube video here, yes, welcome once again. And I will be covering some important MCQ questions for the upcoming MPSET exam. You all know that I am conducting mock test series for the upcoming MPSET English literature exam. This is the this is earlier I have also made many videos for the upcoming MPSET exam. Okay, let me share here the link on my Telegram channel. Do join the Telegram channel, that is Santu Sahu PTCnet. You will be getting the updates regarding the classes. You all know that I am conducting mock test series for the upcoming MPSET exam. Do join quickly. I hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty. Good evening to everyone. And here I am to begin with this new session where I will be covering literary theory and criticism. And this is going to be a very interesting session. This is going to be a very fruitful session. Watch this session till the end. And you know that the thumbnail it says that I'll be covering here some important MCQ questions on literary theory and literary criticism. So do join quickly and do like the session. Before starting the session, this is my humble request to all the aspirants. Please make sure to subscribe the channel and tap the bell icon to get more notification. So here, without wasting your time, let's begin the session. Those who have not joined yet, you can join the session. You can join the session, and those who have not joined yet, you can watch this session later. It will be in the live section as well. So here, a kind of mock test series for the upcoming MPSET exam. Let's begin here, and here is your first question on your screen. Do answer in the comment box. So the first question that is on your screen is that which of the following is a critical work of Ben Jonson? Discourse of English Poetry, Discoveries, Art of English Poetry, and Apology for Poetry. Which of the following is a critical work of Ben Jonson? Discourse of English Poetry, Discoveries, Art of English Poetry, or an Apology for Poetry? Do answer in the comment box. A critical work of Ben Jonson. Here the right answer is actually Discoveries. Okay, Discoveries is the right answer here. The critical work. Excellent, Borod. Excellent, incredible. So Discoveries actually is the right answer. Discoveries, exactly. Timber or Discoveries are series of observations on life and letters. Here Johnson held forth on the nature of poetry and drama and paid his final tribute to Shakespeare, in spite of acknowledging a belief that his great contemporary was on occasion full of wind. So here a series of observations on life and letters. Here Johnson held forth on the nature of poetry and drama and paid his final tribute to Shakespeare. Timber and Discoveries. Timber, its subtitle is Discoveries by Ben Jonson. Which theorist is associated with the idea that art is a copy of copy? Plato, Julia Kristeva, Walter Benjamin, Louis Althusser. Which theorist is associated with the idea that art is a copy of a copy? Art is a copy of a copy. So what would be the right answer here? Art is a copy of a copy. The right answer is actually Plato, isn't it? No. Art is a copy of a copy. That is Plato. Plato. Exactly. Plato is the right answer. Plato is the right answer. Okay. Exactly. Poetry is emotions recollected in tranquility. Who has defined poetry in these words? Shelley, Wordsworth, Coleridge, Matthew Arnold. Poetry is emotions recollected in tranquility. Here I will be covering more than 40 questions. Okay. Very first, do answer in the comment box, and we'll be moving fast. We'll be covering quickly 40 important MCQ questions. Poetry is emotions recollected. Exactly. Poetry is emotions recollected in tranquility. Who has defined here poetry in these words? Everyone. Everyone. So here, that is what. So this the right answer. Excellent. Next question. Now the question comes. According to John Jean Baudrillard, in simulacra and simulation, so this is the famous, go to remember that this is the simulacra and simulation. This is the famous work by Jean Baudrillard. Okay, so according to him, what does a simulacrum become in its own right? A reflection of reality, a mere copy of the real, an imitation of the real, or the hyper real? According to Jean Baudrillard, in simulacra and simulation, what does simulacrum become in its own right? A reflection of reality, mere copy of the real, an imitation of the real, or the hyper real? So what would be the right answer here? Simulacrum becomes in its own right as the hyper real, the model. Okay, the model of real thing, that is hyper real. Okay, hyper real is the right answer. And here is the explanation you see. Exactly. What is hyper reality? Hyper reality is a concept given by John Baudrillard. Here is a representation, a sign without an original referent. ठीक है? French semiotician and social theorist Jean Baudrillard argues in Simulacra and Simulation that a simulacrum is not a copy of the real but becomes truth in its own right as the hyper real. So Jean Baudrillard, simulacrum is not a copy of the real but becomes truth in its own right. That is the hyper real. Okay, and Baudrillard defined hyperreality as how the generation by models of real without original reality. The models of real without original reality. The generation by models of real without original reality. And his earlier book, that is symbolic, in his book, in which book? In his earlier book, Symbolic Exchange and Death. Okay, this is hyper reality, the model of the original. On Excatitude in Science, a short story written by which author? Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Julio Cortázar, George Luis Borges, Pablo Neruda. Who has written here on Excatitude in Science? It is a short story, and it's a one paragraph short story. It's a one paragraph short story. Okay? On Excatitude. In Science is a short story written by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Julio Cortázar, George Luis Borges, Pablo Neruda. Here the right answer is C. Okay, George Luis Borges. C is the right answer. C. On Excatitude in Science. On rigor in science, the original Spanish language title is Del Rigor en Lesna. It's a one paragraph short story written in 1946 by George Luis Borges about the map territory relation written in the form of literary forgery. Okay, it is about the map territory relation. It's a one paragraph short story by who said that kids love letters of Surgeon's Apprentice, Arnold Shelley Byron Hazlitt. It is written there. Okay, excellent then. Who said that kids love letters of Surgeon? apprentice. It is actually Arnold. Okay, Arnold. Matthew Arnold is the right answer. Matthew Arnold. Okay, here Matthew Arnold is the right answer. Next question. I'll be quickly covering. Which theorist is most closely associated with the idea of art as imitation? Jacques Derrida, Jacques Lacan, Edward Said, Plato. Which theorist is most closely associated with the idea of art as imitation? I don't provide PDF of every classes, Rina. I don't provide PDF of every classes. Plato, exactly. Plato is the right answer. Exactly. Next questions. Okay. Formalist critics believe that the value of a work cannot be exactly, Rina. Formalist critics believe that the value of a work cannot be determined by the author's intention. What term do they use when speaking of this belief? Formalist critic, believe that the value of a work cannot be determined by the author's intention. Pathetic fallacy, intentional fallacy, affective fallacy, objective correlative. Formalist critics believe that the value of a work cannot be determined by the author's intention. They are William Wimsett and Munro Beardsley. They are coining the terms like intentional fallacy and affective fallacy. And here this description is about which fallacy? Intentional fallacy or affective fallacy? Which one? It is not pathetic fallacy. It is also not the objective correlative. So here, the value of work cannot be determined by the author's intention. That is which one? Do right. Okay. Intentional और affective क्या होगा? Think it. Okay. What event is believed to have influenced the title of the book? Goodbye to all that. Very nice saying intentional philosophy. Okay. Author's intention can be determined. Exactly. Intentional philosophy. Author's intention say what event is believed to have influenced the title of the book? Goodbye to all that. Goodbye to all that. By Robert Graves. By किसने लिखा है? Robert Graves. Robert Graves has written this book Goodbye to All That. This is actually an autobiographical work. Robert Graves here. Okay. Mina, Pratik, when is the exam? Pratik, when is the exam of MPSET? Pratik, is it on 26th? So it is actually Robert Graves has written the work Goodbye to All That, and this is actually an autobiographical work. And here, what event is believed to have influenced the title of the book Goodbye to All That? It is not author's departure from his hometown, the end of the Victorian, that is also wrong. The decline of the traditional literary styles, that is also wrong. The aftermath of First World War. The aftermath of the First World War. Sunday, okay, 27th May. Okay. Aftermath of the First World War. Okay, I will be conducting, okay, by time permits me, okay. I will be conducting mega marathon session for the upcoming MPSET, okay. Okay. The aftermath of the First World War. Goodbye to All That is an autobiography by Robert Graves, which first appeared in 1929 when the author was 34 years old. It was my bitter leave taking of England. he wrote in a prologue to the revised second edition of 1957, where I had recently broken a good many conventions. The title may also point to the passing of an old order following the cataclysm of the First World War, supposed inadequacies of patriotism. So a goodbye to all that. Goodbye to all that is an autobiographical work by Robert Graves. Okay? Remember that. Which of the following statements best describes Clint Brooks' attitude towards studying literature? Clint Brooks, the new critics, okay? The new criticism. Which of the following statements best describes Clint Brooks' attitudes towards studying literature? Critics should examine historical information surrounding a literary work. Critics should develop universal reading of a text. Critics should attempt to paraphrase the text in order to find out what they mean. Or critics should look at the biographical information of the authors. What is Clint Brooks' attitude towards studying literature? New criticism is focusing on close reading, breaking away from the conventional biographical criticism. No. Here Clint Brooks is no. Ra. Here that is C1 is heresy of paraphrase. C1 is heresy of paraphrase. Exactly, Rina. Good, fantastic, unbelievable, excellent, excellent. Critics should develop. You see, Clint Brooks has point heresy of paraphrase. Okay, heresy of paraphrase. Okay. No. Heresy of paraphrase what, Rina? Heresy of paraphrase when you are paraphrasing, the actual meaning is lost. The actual meaning is okay lost. ठीक है? The actual meaning is lost. That was heresy of paraphrase. That was also given by Rao. That is also given by Clint Brooks. But here the attitude towards studying literature is critics should develop universal reading of a text. ठीक है? To what idea does the term heteroglossia refer? Heteroglossia. First you tell me heteroglossia was given by whom? You do write in the comment box. Heteroglossia, what this concept was given by whom? Heresy of paraphrase, this okay phrase was coined by Clint Brooks, and he in coining that term was trying to say that if you paraphrase, the original meaning of the text will be lost. That is heresy of error. Heresy means error. Error of paraphrase. That is by Clint Brooks. And here 11 is on your screen. What idea does the term heteroglossia? Heteroglossia is a concept that was given by Bakhtin. Yeah, in Well-Read On. Exactly. In Well-Read On. Exactly. Published in 1947. In that book, Clint Brooks has given the concepts of. And here you see heteroglossia by Mikhail Bakhtin. Exactly. Heteroglossia. Hetero means what? Hetero means different. Okay. Hetero means different and glossia means language or tone. Okay. Different language. Okay. Hetero means different and glossia means actually language or tone. So to what idea to what multi-layered? Exactly, Gaurav. Incredible. Excellent. The multi-layered nature of 10 का आंसर 10 का क्या आंसर हुआ 10 का तो बी होगा ना 10 का बी critics should develop universal reading of a text. To what idea does the term heteroglossia refer? The multi-layered nature of language in a literary work, that is different language. Exactly. And here is the explanation. The term heteroglossia describes the coexistence of distinct varieties within a single language. Okay? Distinctive varieties within a single language. The term translates the Russian, that is, which was introduced with the Russian literary Mikhail Bakhtin in 1934 paper that is called here Discourse in the Novel. Discourse, the paper is called Discourse in the Novel. And this essay was also published again in English in the book The Dialogic Imagination. The Dialogic Imagination, 4 essays by M.M. Bakhtin. Translated and edited by Mikhail Horowitz. That is, you see, the coexistence of distinctive varieties within a single language is heteroglossia. Hetero means different, glossia means language. Here you see hetero means different and glossia means tongue or language. ठीक है, tongue or language. And which work? Discourse in the novel, famous work. Remember, discourse in the novel and the dialogic imagination. This is also another famous work. Repeat answer 10. What is repeat? Will the following statements best describe Clint's attitude towards studying literature? यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? क्रिटिक शुड अटेम्प्ट करना चाहिए क्या, पैराफ्रेज करना चाहिए क्या? वो तो बोल रहा है कि पैराफ्रेज करने में क्या होगा, एरर हो रहा है ना, अब बायोग्राफिकल तो नहीं होगा, हिस्टोरिकल भी तो नहीं होगा, तब बाकी क्या है, बी है ना. If you make paraphrase, then you are making an error. So question is, that's why he said that we should not do paraphrase, isn't it? Chalo, next question. Who wrote the essay Epic and Novel towards a methodology for the study of the novel? Okay, कोना से लेके मैं क्वेश्चन लेके आया, ठीक है. Epic. There is a comparison between epic and novel, where he is comparing epic and novel towards a methodology for the study of the novel. Dostoevsky, Leo Tolstoy, Mikhail Bakhtin, Anton Chekhov. Do like the session as well, dear aspirants. Who wrote the essay Epic and Novel towards a methodology for the study of the novel? Here, the right option is actually again Mikhail Bakhtin. Again, it's Mikhail Bakhtin. ठीक है, Bakhtin. Mikhail Bakhtin has written Epic and Novel towards the methodology for the study of the novel. ठीक है, Epic and Novel towards the methodology for the study of the novel. This is an essay by Mikhail Bakhtin in 1941 that compares the novel to the epic. It was one of the major literary theories of 20th century. Exactly. On the Sublime is a work written in which language? Greek language, Latin language, Hebrew language, Italian language. On the Sublime is written in. On the Sublime is written in which language? On the Sublime is written in which language? Here. क्या लिखा है? See, Mikhail Bakhtin, exactly. So Rina, you are appearing this year. I mean for the upcoming MPSET, is it? No. They are all classical criticism, isn't it? Classical criticism means they are in classical criticism here Greek, okay? Like with most of the writers are actually Greek writers, okay? Greek. On the Sublime, that is by Cassius Longinus. Cassius Longinus is Greek. It's written Greek. On the Sublime is both a treatise on aesthetics and work of literary criticism. It is written. You remember that it is written in epistolary form. Okay, that is On the Sublime is written in an epistolary form, and the final part, which possibly dealing with public speaking, has been lost as well. So this is in epistolary form. On the Sublime by Cassius Longinus is in Greek actually. Okay, Rao, Greek. Okay, who coined the term New Historicism? Derrida, Terry Eagleton, Frederick Jameson, Stephen Greenblatt. Who coined the term New Historicism? Jacques Derrida, Terry Eagleton, Frederick Jameson, Stephen Greenblatt. Easy one, do answer. चलो फटाफट करो आंसर दो, ठीक है. अच्छा तुम लोग बोलो, नीचे जो ऐड चल रहा है उसमें कोई डिस्ट्रैक्शन आ रहा है क्या? मतलब जो नीचे जो ऐड चल रहा है ना, इज रनिंग, मतलब जो है कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर दिया है, एडमिशन ओपन है, जो भी है तो कंटिन्यूसली चल रहा है ना, आई मीन डज इट डिस्टर्ब? रीना तुम कहाँ से आए हो? फ्रेडरिक जेम्सन कहाँ से तुम, मतलब इजी क्वेश्चन का ऐसे क्या? स्टीफन गिलबर्ट एग्जैक्टली। चलो एक्सीलेंट एवरीवन, गुरुड राव एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग गुड इवनिंग। स्टीफन गिलबर्ट एग्जैक्टली। चलो, the frankfurt the frankfurt school of literary theory was most greatly influenced by which of the following schools of thought? Formalism, structuralism, okay, post structuralism, marxism? क्या जी, क्या रीना क्या बोल रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है तुम्हारा? यू आर फ्रॉम एमपी, ओके ओके ओके, नो डिस्टर्बेंस, थैंक यू गुरु, थैंक यू राव। The Frankfurt School of Literary Theory was most greatly influenced by which of the following schools of thought? Exactly, exactly, Rina. Fantastic, fantastic. It is Marxism. Frankfurt School, they were actually heavily influenced by the thought of Marxism. Got it, Rina. Okay, you're talking about MP, that you are from MP, and you are exactly good. Hmm. Okay, got it, Rina. Yeah, exactly. Marxism is the right answer. Next question. What is common post-colonial critique of the West? ठीक है? Post-colonial critique of the West. यानी common post-colonial critique of the West. The West spends too much time trying to consider an Asian perspective, or the West tends to look at Asian countries as individual units rather than lump them together, or the West views matters through its own limited historical position, or the West refuses to apply economic and political coercion to Asian writers. Okay. What is the common post-colonial critique of the Western views? Okay. How does the Western people, okay, how do the Western people look us? How do they look? The Asian countries, okay, the Asian countries are looked by the Western countries. Excellent, excellent, excellent. No, 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 no. Excellent, Guru. Here they are saying us that we are the exotic other. Remember this term, exotic other. Okay, the Asian countries. Okay, the Eastern countries. Okay, they are the exotic others. Okay, and they are saying that the exotic other are the barbaric people. Okay, they are illiterate, they are not civilized. Okay, so their views matters through its own limited historical position. Okay, they are calling us exotic other. So here C is the, yes, Guru. What do you want to know about gate? What do you want to know about gate? Yeah, definitely. May I'll be making. Who is the author of the notorious book? Okay, entitled "The School of Abuse"? Everyone knows. Chalo. Exactly. I'll be making. Don't worry. Okay. Yes. I'll be making. I'll be making videos on a gate actually. Okay. Okay. One by one, everything will be covered. Okay. Don't worry. Okay. Exactly. चलो, excellent Saurabh Borod, Stephen Gerson, The School of Approach. Excellent. Excellent. चलो, excellent Rao. Okay, in his essay, Death of the Author, Rolla Barthes argues what about literature? Read these lines and answer. Death of the Author. Rolla Barthes argues what about literature? Literature क्या है? Rao, okay, 18, okay, got it. 18 is on the screen. Death of the author, यानी ऑथर का कोई एग्जिस्ट नहीं रहता है, ठीक है. ऑथर का, या एग्जैक्टली, फैंटास्टिक बोलो, फैंटास्टिक, एक्सीलेंट. A text and its, exactly raw, excellent. A text and its authors, text are unrelated, यानी ऑथर जब लिख देता है, ऑथर का कोई एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं रहता है. रीडर उसको पढ़ के, एक्टिवली पढ़ के उसका मीनिंग क्रिएट करता है, ठीक है. ऑथर को लिखने के बाद क्या होता है, डेथ, ऑथर का डेथ हो जाता है, ठीक है. रीडर क्या करता है, रीडर उसको एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट करके उसका मीनिंग क्रिएट करता है. ओके, टेक Salvosky, a term that describes the capacity of art to counter the effects of a habit, or all of the above answers is correct here. What is deep feminism? Exactly, Saurabh. It was B. 18B was 18B. What is deep feminization? Deep feminism, a term that describes how literature exposes its own artificiality. That is true. An idea explored by Victor Salvosky, the term that describes the capacity of art to counter the effects of a habit. Exactly, all above are right. All above, all above options are right actually. So excellent. Saurav and Pur. Reena, excellent. Everyone. How many principal sorts of sublimity are there according to Longinus on the sublime, which is a Greek, written in Greek, on the sublime? 3, 4, 5, 6 on the sublime. And the full name of Longinus was Cassius Longinus. Cassius Longinus. Okay? How many principal sources of sublimity are there according to? No, Saurav, it is actually excellent, Rao. Excellent. 5. Excellent, Rina. 5. Excellent. ठीक है. Sublimity. Principal sources of sublimity are there according to Longinus. That is 5 actually. Sujit. How are you, Sujit? 5. 5 is the right answer. Excellent. Longinus sets out 5 sources of sublimity: great thoughts, strong emotion, certain figures of thought and speech, noble diction, and dignified word arrangement. Okay, excellent. Gynocriticism is associated with, okay, Ellen Sowalter, Ellen Morse. Okay. I am extremely sorry, Sujit, that I was not able to make videos. Okay, videos for Mednapur Autonomous College. Or get millet here. Excellent, Rob. this is Ellen Walter. चलो गायनो क्रिटिसिज्म excellent go dot. चलो Ellen Walter is the right answer. Gaino criticism is to be excellent. To what idea does the ancient Greek term, okay, aporia, refer in terms of deconstruction theory? Aporia concept किसने दिया था? Aporia, the ability of a text to contain truth or the undesirability, essentially unstable nature of a text, the idea that a text has a specific meaning that can be understood through a process of deconstructions. I am good also. Aporia. Derrida give the Derrida. Derrida. The essentially unstable nature of a text. Unstable, okay? Aporia. Undesirability. Okay? That is aporia. Where B is the B. Aporia means the undesirability, and essentially unstable nature of a text is known as aporia. So, what does the critical term exemplistic mean? Exemplistic इसने दिया था concept, the unifying power, ability to coin a new word, power of imagination, or power and negative capability. What does the critical term? Which one you are answering, everyone? Exemplistic, Holdridge, okay. Holdridge, okay. No, it is not a power of imagination, it is rather unifying power, okay. Exemplistic means a unifying power, okay. Unifying power. Next question. What is affective fallacy? Given by whom? The term, read it out and answer. Yeah, cold reason. Got Sujit. What is affective fallacy? Dear aspirants, do like the video as well. And you know that today is my YouTube channel's birthday, okay? No. Affective fallacy. Affective fallacy John Raskin कैसे होगा? Birthday of my YouTube channel, okay? आज मेरा YouTube चैनल का बर्थडे, 1 साल हो गया, ठीक है? एक साल में कितना सब्सक्राइबर हुआ है? मतलब मैं तो एक्टिव रहा हूँ 3-4 महीना, ठीक है? 3-4 महीना एक्टिव था, ठीक है? तो उसमें 865 सब्सक्राइबर है और 4 के जो वॉच आवर वो कंप्लीट हो गया, ठीक है? 4 के जो वॉच आवर वो कंप्लीट हो गया, लेकिन सब्सक्रिप्शन नहीं हुआ है। 865 है, बाकी रिक्वायरमेंट है। लेकिन मैं इतना एक्टिव तो नहीं था, लास्ट 4 मंथ्स में एक्टिव, ठीक है? Affective fallacy किसने दिया है? Affective fallacy was given by whom? Affective fallacy, intentional fallacy by William Winger and Monroe Beardsley, and pathetic fallacy was given by John Ruskin in his work Modern Painters. Okay. So what is affective fallacy? All the above answers correct. Okay, you see here is a question. It is actually a wrong. It should be new criticism. ठीक है? Now do answer. Okay, a term first used by literary theorist William Winger and Monroe. That is true. a term that suggests that a critic should study the structural and thematic elements of a poem rather than the effect it has on the emotion of. That is true. And thank you, Sujit. Thank you. Thank you. An important term in the field of new criticism. Exactly. All the above answers correct. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Chalo. So D is the right answer. So how are you all? How are you all? The great English novelists are Jane Austen, George Eliot, Henry James, Joseph Conrad. इसको भी remember करना है, ठीक है? Jane Austen, George Eliot. Thank you everyone. Jane Austen, George Eliot, Henry James, and Joseph Conrad. Which following critical texts begin with the above assertion? No. Many a time I have discussed go to this question. Thank you, Reena. Okay. Everyone. Reena, Guru, Rao, Sujit, Saurabh. Everyone. Thank you. Yes, I am. Yeah. देखो इतना फ्री कंटेंट मैं तो हमेशा ही देना ही वाला हूँ, ठीक है? फ्री कंटेंट मिलेगा, हर टाइम मिलेगा। देखो पीडीएफ में इतना मतलब इतना मेहनत करके क्रिएट करता हूँ, इतना मेहनत करके बनाता हूँ, अगर सब कुछ मैं दे देता हूँ तो मेरा पास में तो कुछ नहीं रहेगा, ठीक है ना? या एग्जैक्टली। तो एफर लेविस या द ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन इज द राइट आंसर। एफर लेविस, ठीक है? एक वीडियो क्रिएट करने के लिए बहुत मेहनत लगता है, ठीक है? बहुत मेहनत लगता है, ठीक है? मैं ज्यादा रिपीट भी क्वेश्चन नहीं करता हूँ, ज्यादा टाइम भी वेस्ट नहीं करता हूँ, ठीक है? कोशिश करता हूँ कि कम समय में ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन दिया जाए, ठीक है? Who first used the term practical criticism? I Rickards, J is Spingarn, I okay, W Du Bois. चलो ए भी होगा और थ्री भी होगा। चलो सर practical criticism, I Richards. Next question 27. थ्री सिक्सटी तो बहुत अच्छा है, थ्री सिक्सटी तो बहुत कम है रीना, थ्री सिक्सटी तो बहुत कम है। तो अगर वीडियो 360 में नहीं देखोगे तो कैसे देखोगे? Afer Levis disparaged Dickens as lacking the mature standards and interest. 360 is minimum, isn't it, Rina? So mature standards and interest that can be found in the works of Henry James. Okay, but one work of Dickens was not denigrated, was not criticized. Name the work. Hard Times, Great Expectations, David Copperfield, A Tale of Two Cities. Thank you. Thank you. No. So Levis, Afer Levis, that is Levis means Afer Levis, okay? Afer Levis disparaged Dickens as lacking the mature standard and interest that can be found in the works of Henry James. But what of Dickens wasn't denigrated? Name the word. Hard times, okay? It is hard times. This is important question, okay? No, no, no. You are confused between B and D. None of them is right actually. Hard times is right. Hard times, okay? Hard times. Levis, Afer Levis, disparaged Dickens except for his novel Hard Times. as lacking the mature standards and interest found in the works of Henry James. There was a similar contrast on the aspect of using melodrama in the novels as compared to Joseph Conrad. What does reader response criticism emphasize about the role of a reader? Reader response criticism. Reader response criticism. ठीक है? Paid students. Okay, I'll be sharing today. Okay, a book which is full of 6,000 MCQ. 6,000 MCQ. Okay, paid students. Okay, a book contains okay, with answer 6,000 MCQs. UGCNET. Okay, UGCNET paid students. Okay, I'll be sharing you a book that contains okay, 6,000 MCQ. Okay, with answer. Okay, the PDF of. Okay. Only for the UGCNET paid students. UGCNET paid students. UGCNET paid students. UGCNET paid students. Here, exactly. So the reader should strictly adhere to the author's intention. The reader plays a passive role in understanding the text. Okay, the reader's interpretation completes okay meaning of the work. The reader's role is limited to analyzing the formal elements of the text. Okay, देखो रीडर रिस्पॉन्स क्या होता है? रीडर क्या करता है? रीडर actively participates and pleads the meaning. The reader should strictly adhere to author's intention. That is wrong. The reader plays a passive role. No, reader को active होना पड़ेगा. The reader's interpretation completes the meaning of the work. Exactly. Everyone exactly go on and read now. Fantastic. Saurabh also 28 exactly. हाँ. Here, a reader's role is limited to analyzing the formal element of text. Excellent. Here, the reader's interpretation completes the meaning of the work. C is the right answer. Excellent. Who among the following isn't considered a classic reader response critique? Norman Holland, I.A. Richards, Wolfgang Iyer, Rolla Barthes. Recently, okay. Interpret मतलब देखो. Interpret from his own point of view. Okay. You are saying the meaning of it. I am thinking that you are telling me to reinterpret in my own word. So, who among the following is not considered a classic reader response critique? है, सब कुछ है, क्यों नहीं है? नेट का जो PIQ है ना 2004 से 2023 तक है, उसका बीच में 1-2 साल 21 और 21 शायद 22 का नहीं है और 2004 और 5 से 2023 का पूरा ही क्वेश्चन है, सब पूरा है, नेट का जो क्वेश्चन पूरा है. Exactly, fantastic. No. Rao, Norman Holland, Wolfgang Iyer. Iyer Richards तो नहीं होगा. पहले तो आंसर Iyer Richards, isn't it? Iyer Richards was a what? Iyer Richards. Practical criticism, new criticism. इसमें रोला बार्थ नहीं आएगा रीडर रेस्पॉन्स क्रिटिक में. ज्यादा भी स्ट्रक्चरलिस्ट एंड पोस्ट स्ट्रक्चरलिस्ट, ठीक है. वुल्फगंग आयर, रोला बार्थ, स्टैनले फिश वाज देयर. इसमें स्टैनले फिश कर दो, ठीक है. स्टैनले फिश, ठीक है. चलो, आयर रिचर्ड्स इज द राइट आंसर. Who are the main proponents? Okay. रोलाबाद सॉरी रोला भी जब दे रहा, सॉरी आई एम एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी. रोलाबाद को उसको ऐड कर दो, उसके साथ ही कर दो, ठीक है. नॉर्मन हॉलैंड, वुल्फगंग आयर, रोलाबाद, स्टैनले फिश, ठीक है. एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी पता है. नॉर्मन हॉलैंड, वुल्फगंग आयर, रोलाबाद वाज देयर, देन स्टैनले फिश वाज देयर, ठीक है. उसके साथ साथ कौन था, हांस हांस रॉबर्ट जोस, ठीक है, रॉबर्ट जोस, JAUSS, ठीक है, सॉरी, हॉलैंड, उल्बिंग आयर, रोला बार्थ, स्टैनले फिश, हंस बार्थ, ठीक है। चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हु इज द रोला बार्थ स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म पोस्ट स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म, रोला बार्थ जो है ना, रोला बार्थ स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म में होता है, ठीक है, पोस्ट स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म में है, रीडर रेस्पॉन्सिव भी है, ठीक है, स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म पोस्ट स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म रीडर रेस्पॉन्स हर जगह में रोला बार्थ है, ठीक है, हर जगह में। Who is the real life figure that has been parodied as Maurice Jack in novels of David Lodge? Who? So who are, now tell me, who are the, now tell me, who are the reader response critic? Very important questions, okay, very important questions. Reader response critic, very important. Remember the name. फर्स्ट वन इज नॉर्मन हॉलैंड, ठीक है, नॉर्मन हॉलैंड, HOLLAND। देन सेकंड वन इज स्टैनले फिश, देन यू हैव उल्बिन आयर, देन यू हैव दैट इज रोला बार्थ, and the fifth one is you have Hans Robert Joss, ठीक है, Hans Robert Joss। Here Stanley Fish is the right answer, Stanley Fish, okay, who is the fish, yeah, here Stanley Fish, C is the right answer, Rina, okay, excellent, yeah, excellent, here C, Isaac, yeah, ऐसे लिखते जाओ, Stanley Fish is the right answer, okay, Maurice Jarre in novels of David Lodge, in many of these novels, okay, Stanley Fish is the right answer, okay, David Lodge has parodied this reader response critic Stanley Fish. Who is the author of the book here, Surprised by Seeing the Reader in Paradise Lost? Surprised by Seeing the Reader in Paradise Lost, Surprised by Seeing the Reader in Paradise Lost। Great, Rina, okay, डिजिटल बोर्ड लेके आऊंगा पर लेकिन बाद में, अभी नहीं, 2-3 साल जाने के बाद डिजिटल बोर्ड लेके आएंगे, ठीक है, चैनल का ग्रोथ होने दो, इसके बाद डिजिटल बोर्ड लेके आएंगे, पूरा बाइजू वाला, जो बाइजू अनअकैडमी का जो होता है, ओके, सरप्राइज्ड बाय द सीन, remember this is an important work by Stanley Fish, okay, remember good, okay, surprised by seeing the reader in Paradise Lost, Stanley Fish, okay, can't you see the reader in Paradise Lost, reader response critic here, Stanley Fish, okay, remember this work, this is very important work, okay, Stanley Fish is the right answer। In which book did Cliff Brooks give the idea of heresy of paraphrase? Rina, for you, heresy of paraphrase, okay, error of making paraphrasing, language of paradox, understanding poetry, modern poetry and tradition, the well-wrought art, studies in the structure of poetry, this is the subtitle of well-wrought art, published in 1947, ठीक है, heresy of paraphrase, Brooks give the idea of heresy of paraphrase, language of paradox। मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि मेरा प्लेलिस्ट में जितना एमसीक्यू सीरीज है, अगर इतना सारा एमसीक्यूज अगर कोई देखता है, रिवीजन करता है, उसका ना 60% से 70% सिलेबस खत्म हो जाएगा, जितना एमसीक्यूज मैंने डाला हूँ मेरा प्लेलिस्ट में, एग्जैक्टली Exactly, everyone right. Well done, Aunt. Here I see a paraphrase. What is the meaning of the term anagnorisis as used by Aristotle in his theory of tragedy? क्या है? That is anagnorisis. So do like the session as well. I'm waiting for 1K subscribers. Okay, 135 is required. Only 135 is required. Okay. एग्जैक्टली 1000 एमसीक्यू सीरीज है ना, यूजीसी नेट का 1000 एमसीक्यू सीरीज है, एमपी लिस्ट प्ले लिस्ट में जाके देखो 1000 एमसीक्यू सीरीज का यूजीसी नेट का है, एमपी सेट का है, एमएस सेट का है, ठीक है। मैं तो अभी इसके बाद तेलंगाना सेट निकला है, ठीक है। देखो अभी अब कितना सारा एग्जाम है, ठीक है। अब तो एग्जाम बहुत सारा एग्जाम है। देखो पहले क्या है, पहले गुजरात सेट है, ठीक है। पहले गुजरात, उसके बाद शायद डब्ल्यूबी सेट है, ठीक है। उसके बाद तेलंगाना सेट निकला है, ठीक है। और तो यदि से नेट तो है, और फिर गेट भी निकला है। अब वीडियोस जो आने वाला है बहुत जबरदस्त आने वाला है, लेकिन ज्यादा भी नहीं आएगा क्योंकि मेरा यूजीसी नेट का पेड क्लास शो स्टार्ट हो गया, तो ज्यादा वीडियो भी नहीं आने वाला है अब, ठीक है, क्योंकि मैं उसी क्लास में बिजी रहूंगा, ठीक है। So here the right answer is anagnorisis, the hero's recognition of his tragic flaw. Recognition, okay, discovery. Studies in the structure of poetry. Studies in the structure of poetry. This is the subtitle of the well-read art. Studies in the structure of poetry by Clint Brooks, the new critics. And here the title has been taken from the well-read and from which work? Tell me. This is another important question. Godot, Rao, Saurabh, Reena, everyone tell me. The well-read and the title has been taken from. The title has been taken from which work? Of a famous poet. The well-read and. Write down in the comment box. Write down in the comment box. In which year did the well-read and here the well-read and the title has been taken from which authors, which poets, okay, famous work. सारे देखो रीना, सारे 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 देखो, watch all those videos. The well-read and studies in the structure of poetry 1947, ये तो याद ही रहेगा, मैं बहुत बार बोला इसीलिए 1947. और the great, अच्छा एक बार चेक, the well-read and is actually, that is the title has been taken from dance canonization, ठीक है, dance canonization, ठीक है, dance canonization, the well-read and dance canonization, ठीक है। For God's sake hold your tongue and let me learn, the famous opening line, dance canonization, ठीक है, published in 1947, ठीक है। और एक बार चेक करो ना, राव और रीना और गोडोट, एवरीवन, द ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन, ओके, द ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन कैसे याद रखना है, देखो आई थिंक 1948 में होगा। द ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन 1940 बाय एफआर लेविज, क्या 1948 में पब्लिश हुआ था? प्लीज डू चेक ओके फॉर मी, क्या 1948 में पब्लिश हुआ था? आई थिंक 1948, बट चेक इट वंस मोर एंड लेट मी नो, ओके। द ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन बाय एफआर लेविज क्या 1948 में पब्लिश हुआ था? ठीक है, तो ऐसे करके याद रख सकते हो। 1947 में well-read and हुआ था, उसके बाद ग्रेट ट्रेडिशन, ओके, 1948 में पब्लिश हुआ था, 1948 में, ऐसे याद रख सकते हो। एक बार देखो, क्रॉस चेक करो, ठीक है। एफआर लेविज, Q.D. Levitt launched a critical journal devoted to the moral centrality of English studies. Name the journal here. The English Historical Review, the Criterion, Scrutiny, The Edinburgh Review. I think it is 1948. Okay. So will you please confirm me? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Guru. Yeah, exactly 1948. Thank you. तो ऐसे याद रख सकते हो, ठीक है? The Whale Red on 1947 or Great Indian, the Great Tradition by F. R. Lewis published in 1948. Criterion was associated with here T.S. Eliot, isn't it? T.S. Eliot was associated with Criterion. Scrutiny, F.R. Lewis, Q. D. Lewis, exactly everyone. F.R. Lewis, Q. D. Lewis, here scrutiny. Okay, now got it everyone. Scrutiny is the right answer. Scrutiny. T.S. Eliot is associated with Criterion. Okay, chalo. Next question. Some versions of pastorals, okay. Vincent J. Spingern, I. Richards, Arthur B. Spingern. Some versions of pastoral. Yeah. Some versions of pastoral was written by whom? Exactly. Exactly. Physical. Fantastic. Fantastic. Some versions of pastoral is taken by William Gibson. 7 types of ambiguity. Some versions of pastoral. These are works by excellent reader by William Gibson. That is here. That is here. That is. तुम तो यही कर दिए, किसके बात कर, ये किसका 35 का तो 36 का तो तुमने यही कर दिया, किसका William Gibson, some versions of pastoral, right? William 7 types of ambiguity. Each a structuralist study of narrative, a piece of psychoanalytic criticism, a study of the media, and analysis of the poetic ambivalence. Yeah, 7 types of ambiguity, 1930. Poetic ambivalence. Ambiguity isn't it ambiguity? An analysis of poetic ambivalence. Okay? Meaning is not clear. Okay, meaning is not meaning isn't clear. Okay, it is ambiguous. It is ambiguous. Okay, it is ambiguous. Who remarked Spencer write no language? Sorry, two more questions left. Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson. Excellent wrote. Ben Johnson wrote that remarked that Spencer write no language. On translating Homer is a work by Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold has translated, okay, on translating Homer. Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold is the right answer. Okay. What is last question here? The tragicomedy, which is the product of the English theatre, is one of the most monstrous invention. Tragedy comedy is one of the most monstrous invention that ever entered into a poet's thought. Whose view is this? Do like the session as well. I'll be ending the session here with this question. Hmm. Excellent, Renan. It is not Dryden or Johnson, rather it is Joseph Addison. Okay? Joseph Addison, exactly. Joseph Addison had told tragicomedy is the product of the English theatre, is one of the most monstrous inventions that ever entered into a poet's thought. Exactly. So C is the right answer. Okay. Thank you everyone. I'll be ending this session. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. Yeah, exactly. Go to teach Joseph Addisons. If you have any query, any questions, any suggestions, any feedback, you can ask me. Okay. You can ask me. I'll be answering you. I'll be giving you the information. Thank you everyone. Do like the session. Do join the Telegram channel, that is Santu SAHOO UGC net. Santu SAHOO UGC net. ठीक है? रीना, do join the Telegram channel. Have you joined the Telegram channel, रीना? बहुत सारे पीडीएफ मैं उधर पे भेजता हूँ, ठीक है? बहुत सारे बुक का पीडीएफ, ठीक है? मतलब इन्वेंशन कीवर्ड से आइडेंटिफाई मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Do join the Telegram channel, okay? I have today, okay, shared, okay, 3 to 4 books. I've shared today, like 3 to 4 books, okay, on my Telegram channel. Do join that. Okay? So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for watching this session. Do like this session. Yeah, I promise that I will be with everyone. There will be a lot of free sessions for all of you, for all the aspirants, for all the exams like WP-SET, UGC NET, MP-SET, Kerala SET, Telangana SET, Gujarat SET, Kashmir SET. Okay, everything, RPSC, Rajasthan. Okay, every states SET exam will be covered, and CUT PG and GATE exam will be covered only on this channel. Okay, I'll be covering everything. Thank you everyone. Okay, so let's end it here with your consent. Thank you and good night, everyone. Okay, good night. Let's end it here. Okay, have your dinner and okay. Thank you. टेलीग्राम का नाम क्या है? टेलीग्राम का नाम अभी तो चल रहा है, देखो ठीक है, यू कैन ली, इधर पे लिखा है ना, जो जो चल रहा है, ठीक है, उधर पे तो लिखा है ना, जो स्क्रॉलिंग चल रहा है उधर पे रीना देख लो, संतु साहू यूजीसी नेट, तुम इतना दिन देख रहे हो वीडियो, तुमको पता नहीं? इधर पे तो लिखा है ना, संतु साहू यूजीसी नेट, स्क्रॉलिंग में देख लो उधर। Here you see Santu Sahu UGC net is one. चलो